Ladies and gentlemen, children of the interwebs out there, Sebastian Envy, Strong Style, Cinephile, and Flash, Central City Strong. Now, this is the latest episode of The Flash of this new season. Kind of late getting into it. Surprise, surprise, but let us geek about it nonetheless for a scant few minutes. Now, the episode is called Central City Strong. It's about rebuilding, and it deals with some of the fallout of the Mirror Monarchs attack on the city, dealing with the damage to the city, and just dealing with the damage, the anguish, and a PTSD that some of the citizens are dealing with, having been replaced by mirror duplicates, and just watching them just live their lives with their loved ones. And it was a big point of focus for Iris throughout the episode, because at first she needed to write a story on things. Allegra kind of broke the news to her that her story sucked, and she wasn't just taking it from the perspective that was needed, that she was one of those people that was affected. She wasn't really kind of using that to kind of get her story out, to kind of make it resonate with some of the other people, that she was one of the ones that was taken. We see her at a sort of support group meeting for people that were taken by the mirror people. At first, they kind of suspect that maybe something happened to her, but she doesn't want to talk about it. She's not ready to deal with that until later on in the episode. She kind of hears the Flash talking to the villain of the episode, Abracadabra, as he once again uses the power of the Pep Talk to talk him off the villainous ledge. That's a whole other thing. But his words kind of resonate with Iris to make her kind of want to deal with the trauma of what happened to her. Also dealing with some of the trauma is Barry. Barry's doing all this super romantic dinners and just, super speeding them to different countries and all this kind of fun stuff. And he's doing it to kind of make up for the fact that he lived this life with this mirror duplicate of Iris. He feels like he needs to make amends for not realizing this woman that he was living with, laying up with, literally, in a biblical sense, was not his actual Iris. And someone even kind of pointed out on the message board that while he thought of that, he kind of realized it early on. It was kind of Joe that actually kind of dissuaded him from actually pursuing that until, later on, until it got to the point where it was just too strong of a thing to ignore. So it was actually kind of Joe's fault that Barry got kind of duped or whatever. But part of the episode was kind of dealing with that and them kind of just realizing they're always going to be together. Iris isn't going anywhere. And then she realizes that what happened to Barry was done to him. It wasn't done because of him. Because Barry, in this episode, he likes, as he always likes to do, is just blame himself for everything that's going on. Take everything on his shoulders. This episode was no different, and Iris is kind of trying to get him not to think about that with regard to the mirror stuff and the trauma that comes from that. Now, the villain of the episode, Abracadabra, we know is a magician, not a magician. He's a villain from the future. He uses nanotechnology that he kind of calls, disguises, tells people is magic, but it's not magic. It's just pure technology that's from the future. He's back, kills some people, creates an antimatter bomb that he's going to use to blow up Central City. The thing is with him, he's having these thoughts and visions of people where he doesn't know where they're coming from, so he uses the Martians, Manhunter's crisis memory restore, which apparently was made by Cisco, to restore his memories and see that he had a family. Flash's actions, where the Flash did not die in Crisis, screwed things up for his family, so he wants to blow up, kill the Flash, and maybe that will put things right. Apparently that's not going to put things right, because that timeline is no longer here because of the events of Crisis. So again, like I said, Flash, power of the Pep Talk, wants to talk Abracadabra off the ledge, make him see that they have to live on in the name of the people that they love. That's the best thing that they can do, is just live on in their name, not just kill in their name, because would they like that? So it works, gets through to him, talks him off the ledge, and then apparently he gets killed by some rage monster. Some chick rage monster in purple. Now, I am not super deep in Flash lore, so I don't know who exactly that is, so I'm waiting to kind of see how it shakes out. The CG on it was kind of terrible, but we've seen terrible CG on the Flash. That's just what we're gonna get. Caitlin is having headaches, and then we find out by the end of the episode, she has apparently split into Caitlin and Killer Frost, just two different people. So we're gonna see how that shakes out. Vibe is apparently still gonna go around in his stupid little mech suit as Mecha Vibe, as Abracadabra calls him. It goes back to just one of the many issues I have with the show is that Cisco, and just first he didn't want his powers. First he wanted powers, and he didn't want his powers. Now he's moping about because he doesn't have powers. Now he's like got artificial power, it's stupid. Like, I just want Carlos Valdez off the show. I want Cisco off the show. That's just period. I'm over Cisco at this point in time. He adds nothing new to the show that Chester P can't add going forth. So I'm done with him. Like, whatever. That's basically just more or less the gist of the episode. It was a good episode in the fact that they were dealing with trauma and kind of showing how that affected both Barry and Iris. So it was good in that regard. The villain was okay. His reasoning for doing things, I understand it. Him getting talked off the ledge with the pep talk, not really big into that. We didn't see any sort of further developments from the Speed Force storm that went out, which I'm assuming is going to give more people super speed powers. We'll see how that shakes out. But anyway, those are some of my thoughts on it, scattered as they often are. What do you guys out there think? Let me know in the comments below. Follow me on social media. Talk to me there. Talk to me here. See me this weekend at CWF in Gainesville and then MPX in Bedford on the same day. Yeah, it's going to be a double shot for me of wrestling, and then I'm shooting a music video earlier in the day, so more information on that will come out when that's going to drop. So got a lot of stuff going on. I'm excited about trying to get more productions done, more work done, more wrestling done, just more of everything, But until next time, let us geek.